Paula is a Security Operations Center director at a Boston-based multinational company that's recently expanded operations into Dublin, Ireland. This brings exciting opportunities, but also presents new data privacy, storage, and regulatory challenges. Paula is aware that a data privacy breach could cause expensive fines and the loss of customer trust, so she's looking for a solution that allows her company to stay abreast of global data privacy regulations and empowers her team to respond to a data privacy breach. IBM Security Resilient with Privacy is designed to integrate privacy breach reporting tasks into incident response playbooks. It helps organizations respond quickly by automating manual tasks, addressing privacy reporting requirements promptly, and maintaining an auditable record of the breach response. Unique to the IBM Security Resilient with Privacy is the Global Privacy Knowledge Base, a database that supports over 170 state, global, and industry-specific regulations. The Global Privacy Knowledge Resource Library receives regular internal audits and updates by certified privacy and legal professionals who constantly track changes to current regulations, monitor the regulatory landscape for forthcoming regulations, and collaborate with legal partners and customers to interpret these regulations. For greater context on how privacy tasks can be integrated into an incident response playbook and help guide the data breach notification process, let's walk through a scenario to see how Paula's team would respond using IBM Security Resilient with Privacy. Jeremy, an analyst in Paula's team, was alerted about an email sent to the wrong recipient by someone in human resources. This email included personal data, so Jeremy created an incident in Resilient. To create the incident, Jeremy clicks the Create Incident button and makes selections regarding the type of incident, the NIST, attack vectors, and the incident disposition. He also includes a brief description and name for the incident. On the next screen, Jeremy provides the date and location of the incident. He first clicks the Date Occurred field to enter that information. Then he enters the information for the Date Discovered field. Moving on to the Implications page, he sees a question regarding criminal or nefarious activity associated with this incident. He's unsure how to answer, but by hovering over the tooltip, he gains new insight before choosing an answer. After reading the tip, he determines unknown is the best answer, but he can come back to this page to change it if needed. The next field requires Jeremy to provide the date his team determined and confirmed the data privacy breach. This date is important because it informs key due dates by which some notification requirements must be completed based on the timeframe specified by each applicable regulation. This date may differ from the date discovered and date occurred. To illustrate this further, let's consider the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, a European regulation which requires companies to provide notification of a data privacy breach within 72 hours of breach determination. Jeremy's company must comply with the notification requirements stated by GDPR since they operate in Ireland and local residents were affected by the incident. Jeremy's team determined there was a data privacy breach one day after it was discovered, so that's when the clock began ticking for the team to notify regulators. Residents back in Boston were affected too, so the next selections inform tasks related to regulations that fall under the United States jurisdiction. Jeremy must provide information, such as the data encryption, the source of data, and data format. In this case, electronic. The next section is team formation, where Jeremy selects Monica and Alex to join the incident and collaborate with him to resolve it. Then he selects the applicable regulators for this incident. Jeremy scrolls down to Europe and selects Ireland, one of the GDPR regulators. He then moves to the next page, which shows US jurisdictions. Different regulations have different requirements, depending on the number of individuals affected by a breach. To ensure the right tasks are added to this incident, Jeremy inputs the record counts for each jurisdiction. He first selects the state of Massachusetts and inputs 123 records, then does the same for Ireland under other locations. Next, he provides information about the type of data involved in the incident. The different types of data are derived from the regulations and are continuously updated by IBM Security. When dealing with a regulator in the GDPR jurisdiction, it's important to assess the risk to the affected individuals, since this assessment will determine notification requirements and additional tasks. Based on the European Data Protection Board guidelines, the Breach Risk Assessment tool guides analysts throughout the assessment and helps them determine the risk severity. The Breach Risk Assessment tool in IBM Security Resilient with Privacy extends to more regulations besides GDPR, such as PIPEDA and HIPAA, allowing incident response teams to help assess the risk with incidents in many geographies. In this case, Jeremy's assessment determines the incident has high risk, and he explains how he reached that conclusion. So if a data protection officer ever requests evidence for how Jeremy reached his conclusion, IBM Security Resilient with Privacy allows him to provide it by printing the assessment. Jeremy completes each step and clicks the Create Incident button. At this point, the IBM Security Resilient with Privacy processes the information and automatically displays the tasks that Jeremy's team must complete to resolve this data privacy incident. The tasks are organized by phases, and the due dates align with the notification requirements of the regulations selected for each jurisdiction. Paula can also add additional tasks for her team through customizations if needed. Jeremy, Monica, and Alex now have visibility into their assigned tasks and access to the resource library with redacted portions of applicable regulations, notification templates for authorities and consumers, and pertinent information about how to contact regulators to help them act quickly to meet notification requirements. They can also collaborate, share information, and see the completed tasks in the newsfeed. They can even edit the incident to account for new information, and changes will be timestamped. In case of an audit, Paula can provide the necessary documentation to an auditor regarding the actions the team takes and completes within Resilient, since each action is documented and timestamped within the tool. Furthermore, Paula can inform her strategic decisions with the analytics dashboards available through the IBM Security Resilient with Privacy. These dashboards are designed to track key metrics that can enable security teams to understand their security posture, measure their team's efficiency in resolving incidents, and identify any potential gaps in the data privacy incident response process. You have seen how IBM Security Resilient with Privacy helped our example team respond to a data privacy breach and address the notification requirements on time. Contact us to learn more about how IBM Security Resilient with Privacy can help you.